What's going on, everybody? Welcome to my channel. If you new, give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe and notification bell. When you hit that notification, it'll notify you every time I do a video. I'd sure appreciate it. And hit that like and share as well. So we got some good ball games coming up on Saturday. So I'm gonna go over them right quick. Now tomorrow you got number 5 Iowa versus Maryland, and you got number 13 BYU versus Utah State. Now, them are two good games right there. Now, number 5 Iowa, they doing really good this year. Now, can they beat Maryland in Maryland? And the answer to that question is they will beat Maryland. BYU at Utah State, I see BYU winning this game, and it might not be close. The BYU's got a pretty good football team this year. Now, on the Saturday, you have number 8 Arkansas versus number 2 Georgia. Oh, I'll come back to that one, though we'll keep working our way down the line. Louisville at number 24 Wake Forest. Louisiana Monroe versus number 16 Coastal. Number 6 Oklahoma versus Kansas State. Number 3 Oregon versus Stanford. Number 10 Florida versus Kentucky. Number 21 Baylor versus number 19 Oklahoma State. Boston College versus number 25 the Taters. Number 22 Auburn versus LSU. Number 18 Fresno State versus Hawaii. Number 14 Michigan versus Wisconsin. Number 7 Cincinnati versus number 9 Notre Dame. Number 11 Ohio State versus Rutgers. Number 12 Mississippi versus number 1 Alabama. Mississippi State versus number 15 Texas A&M. Louisiana Tech versus number 23 North Carolina State. Indiana versus number 4 Penn State. Western Kentucky versus number 17 Michigan State. Arizona versus number 20 UCLA. So I won't go to the Arkansas and Georgia game just yet. Now, will Louisville beat Wake Forest at Wake Forest. I believe they have a good chance, but it won't happen. Wake Forest will beat Louisville. I think Wake Forest is just a little bit better than what Louisville is. Louisiana Monroe against Coastal. Now, I think Coastal will beat Louisiana Monroe. Oklahoma versus Kansas State. Now, Kansas State has been playing some pretty good ball this year. Now, can they stop Spencer Rattler and their passing game? Yeah, it's going to be pretty tough. Not actually. I wonder if this could be an upset. I want to say Kansas State can beat Oklahoma. And I believe they will beat Oklahoma. Number 3, Oregon against Stanford. Oregon's going to take that one from Stanford. Stanford ain't beating Oregon. Number 10, Florida versus Kentucky. That's going to be a tight game. Now, Kentucky usually plays Florida pretty tight. That's always a close game. Now, will Kentucky beat Florida at home? Or will Florida beat Kentucky and embarrass Kentucky at home? I'm going with Florida on this one to take Kentucky. Number 21, Baylor at number 19, Oklahoma State. I'm going to take Baylor to upset Oklahoma State. Boston College versus the Taters. I have no clue what is going on down there in South Carolina with the Taters. They have problems and problems going on right now. Will Tony Elliott even be at Clemson at the Taters next year? Will Dabo Swinney even be there? With everything going on with Clemson, and you already had somebody go into the transfer portal, I don't see Elliott sticking around. I believe Elliott's going to wind up leaving after the season, and he'll find another job. Yeah, I don't see him there. Oh. Now, number 22, Auburn versus LSU. Auburn barely beat Georgia State, and their offense ain't impressing me. They look terrible against Georgia State. I'm taking LSU to upset number 22, Auburn. I don't see Auburn beating LSU. I think Orgeron and this team will beat Auburn. Fresno State versus Hawaii. I'm gonna take Fresno State. Number 14, Michigan at Wisconsin. I don't think Wisconsin has the skill set and the players to beat Michigan. Cincinnati versus Notre Dame. Now Notre Dame's been on a hot streak here lately. Now I know a couple games they should have lost, but ended up winning. But I see Cincinnati taking Notre Dame. Ohio State versus Rutgers. That's a give me. Ohio State. Ole Miss versus Alabama. Now this is one of the games I wanted to talk about and discuss. Alabama this year hasn't even looked like a football team. You barely beat Florida, which Florida should have won that game against Alabama. Bama's defense doesn't look all that great. Their offense doesn't look all that great. They hadn't impressed me one bit this year, and Alabama is beatable. I know the Gump fans ain't gonna like this, but I believe Ole Miss is gonna upset Alabama and beat the #1 team come Saturday. Ole Miss has the offense to do it. Lane Kiffin has the offensive mindset to upset Nick Saban, the Gumps. I'm taking Ole Miss to upset #1 Alabama. Eat that, Gumps. Mississippi State, Texas A&M. I'm taking Texas A&M on this one. I don't believe Mississippi State's going to win, and they're playing in Texas A&M Stadium. Louisiana Tech against North Carolina State. North Carolina State upset Clemson in double overtime. They're gonna beat Louisiana Tech. Louisiana Tech hardly has a football team. Indiana versus #4 Penn State. Penn State all the way. Western Kentucky versus #17 Michigan State. This won't be an upset. Michigan State. Arizona versus #20 UCLA. UCLA will come out on top in this one. Now, #8 Arkansas versus #2 Georgia. I said it in my last video, and I'll say it in this one. This could be a trap game for Georgia. Now, does Georgia know who their quarterback's going to be Saturday? Once again, JT Daniels is hurt. He's done hurt another muscle. Now, it was his oblique muscle. Whatever that is, I don't know. I don't know what your oblique muscle is. But he had an issue with that. Now, there's another muscle issue. What muscle? So I'm questioning, is he going to start this game? Now, if JT Daniels don't start, look for Stetson Bennett, the so-called mailman, to walk his 5 foot something and 2 legs across the field to start this ball game. As bad as I don't want that to happen, we all know it is. I'd rather see Carson Beck start. He needs the playing time. But I'm not going to get into that. I'm not getting into this quarterback merry-go-round. I'm not doing it. Because we know how Kirby Smart is. We know how he is with the quarterbacks. He's done proved that this season. So, if JT Daniels don't start against Arkansas, it'll be Stetson Bennett. Now, one thing Georgia has to look out for. And yes, our DBs and our safeties need to hold and keep these receivers contained. Now, Burke is Arkansas's best receiver out of the bunch. And he's proven that this season. If we can't keep him contained and he blows by our DBs, it's going to be a long night. Or not a long night, it'll be a long day. Because this game kicks off at 12 o'clock. So, our DBs and our safeties need to keep the receivers contained. And please, these safeties need to play over the top. If they see this ball being thrown in the air to a receiver, they need to help over the top. Now, can Georgia's defensive front contain this running back? Or, yeah, you might as well say he's like a running back. The quarterback of Arkansas, he's mobile, he's fast, he likes to run. He is a scrambling quarterback. We have to keep him in the pocket. And we have to keep pressure on him. If he gets out of the pocket, you better believe, bet your dollar, he's taking off and running downfield. We have to keep him in the pocket. This is going to be a good game. Now, Georgia will win this game. But it's not going to be a blowout. Sam Pittman has this Arkansas team playing ball this year. He has turned this program around in 2 years. 2. I wouldn't be surprised if Arkansas is the #1 team in the West end of the season. Can our offense capitalize against Arkansas's defense? One man's going to answer that question come noon. And that is Mr. Do-It-All, Brock Bowers. That man has more receiving yards and touchdowns than the receivers do. A tight end. I don't think they're going to be able to contain Brock Bowers. If we use him like we did against Vanderbilt, they're not going to stop him. Now, Darnell Washington, they say he's ready to go. That he should be able to play this game. Then, I guess Kirby Smart, I don't know if he's ready. He started off fast this week during practice. Now he's slowed down. If Darnell Washington plays Saturday, you're talking 2 tight ends. Real good tight ends. Arkansas ain't going to be able to handle both of them. Much less Brock Bowers. These linebackers, Arkansas, they're not going to be able to cover both of them. And I look for Brock Bowers to have some big yards receiving Saturday. So if Darnell Washington and Brock Bowers are on the field, our tight ends are going to go off. Now, we have the receivers that can step up, but we got to get them the ball. And when we get them the ball, they got to catch it. Now, against Vanderbilt, there was some drop balls in that game that shouldn't have been dropped. So, these receivers better get plenty of practice the rest of this week on catching balls. They might want to go out and catch tennis balls or rocks or something to get their hands ready and prepared. We are almost to kickoff. 2 more days. And we're watching football again. These games are going to be tight Saturday. You got some good matchups in the SEC and out of the SEC. There's going to be some teams that get their feelings hurt this this weekend. Now, I'm going to do another video. I'm going to do another video Saturday. Saturday morning before kickoff. And then of course I'll do one at halftime too. I appreciate y'all tuning in to my channel. And y'all give me that thumbs up, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you ain't already subscribed, and hit that notification bell. Y'all have a great Thursday afternoon. God bless, and go Dogs. Hoo, hoo.